Hello, Grace family. This is Pastor Dennis, and I'm here to talk about small group, but not just to invite you for a small group. What I want to do is to give an idea about what was our discussion last Thursday in our small group. As you can see, today is not exactly a sunny day. It's windy, cloudy, and I told my wife I wish I could have a sunny day to record this video, but you know what? I wish we are not facing so many struggles right now with this coronavirus. I wish people were not losing their jobs. I wish people were not being sick with this. I wish our healthcare workers could be everything that they need to help people, but sometimes life is this. Sometimes we have cloudy days, but what is interesting is to know that even with these cloudy days, we can have joy. Yeah, that's right. We can have joy. The passage that we studied last Thursday was Philippians chapter 4, verse 4, that says, "Rejoice in the Lord always." Again, I will say, rejoice in the Lord. Rejoice came from the Greek xaro and means exactly happiness. Yeah, is to have joy. And he's saying, rejoice. But he said, in the Lord. Because how can I rejoice with so many people suffering? Suffering because they lost their jobs, suffering because they are struggling with their business, suffering because they are sick, suffering because they are trying to help people that are sick, because they are running out of supplies. And we have so many situations right now, and it's hard to look to all this and say, okay, you need to rejoice. But you know what? As believers, we can rejoice. In the middle of this storm, we can rejoice because our joy is in the Lord. And this is different. I'm not happy because people are suffering. No. Actually, I need to cry with them. This is the idea. This is what the Bible says. I'm crying with them. I'm crying every time that I see someone that lost someone that they love, people that are isolated right now, and I'm suffering with those guys. I'm suffering, really. I'm crying with them. But in the same time, when I look to the God's promise for me, when I look for what God did for me on the cross, I can rejoice. And you can rejoice as well. We have this kind of tension between the joy that we should have in the Lord and the afraid, the fear that we are feeling. We need to have courage to continue to trust in the Lord. And you know what? This will change the way that we will go through all this pandemic situation. Because you have two ways, you have two choices here, okay? You can just be crazy with all this. Listen what they are saying on the news all the time, and you can be kind of crazy because it's kind of scary. Or you can be afraid of all these uncertainty things that we are living right now, but still have joy. And this joy will help you to go through all this in a different way. Yes, we can do that. Two passages that I want to share with you today. The first one is 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 that says, "For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." The fear is not something that are coming from God. What is coming from God is power and love and self-control. We have some other translations that says courage. First, this is not something that you can have by yourself. This is more connected with surrender. God will give you courage. We just need to trust. We just need to believe and surrender. Surrender your thoughts to Him. Surrender your fears. Surrender your life. Surrender your questions, your doubts. Surrender to Him all kind of thoughts that you are having that is kind of bring you down in some way, surrender to Him and rejoice in His promise. And the last passage is in John chapter 16, verse 22, that says, "So also you have sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your heart will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you." No one will take your joy from you. When we trust God and when we surrender our life, our fear, everything to Him, we will find this joy, and no one will take your joy from you. God is still God, and He will be God forever. And we are His sons and daughters, and no one will take this joy from us. Well, next Thursday we'll have this small group again, and one more time I want to invite you to come and be part of this small group. We have another small group starting next Monday with Angie Polk about prayer, and every Tuesday we have another small group discerning the voice of God with Dawn. I hope you can be part of this, because it's a good time to study and to pray together and to have fellowship. I hope to see you there. Send me a message, an email, or just go to our website or our app, and you can find all information about this. God bless you.